Hey, we are live right now. Everybody in chat, give me a 5x5 if you can hear us. We're trying out some new microphones, and I don't know if they're working properly or not. So give us a 5x5 if we are good to go. Can you guys hear us? I'm not seeing any 5x5s. Can you hear us? Yes, no, maybe. They are too busy talking.
Okay, well.
So we'll get.
It might help if you unmute us.
No, it's on. Can't hear us. Can't hear us. Okay. Hang on.
So we don't need these anymore?
Yeah, we may. Oh. Okay, how about that? Can you hear us now? Is that better? You can hear us, but really quiet.
Is the volume level?
Volume level. Audio. How about that? Is that better? Okay, let us know if that's better.
That's really weird.
Well, like I said, we're trying out brand new microphones. And
It's obviously not working.
obviously not.
How do you turn
How about now?
But you can't see anything.
Well, you can see right there. Still having problems? Is this better? Give us a. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry guys. We bought some new microphones and they
Apparently don't work.
no they worked outside of StreamYard, but this is the first time I've used it in StreamYard, so there's apparently some issues there that I need to go through and make sure everything works properly. So thank you for helping us through that little audio difficulty. You guys, thank you for being our guinea pigs. Let's see who we got in the house.
Hey Chuck.
Yeah, let's go to the top. HG's doing his taxes.
Oh, sorry.
Skeins was lonely. Looking on all the wrong places, are you? We got Starless here. Tamber from Texas. I'm with you, Tamber. I'm with you. Beats, yuck. Homestead Twins, how you guys doing?
Yeah, beets are very good for your heart.
Yeah, they still suck. We got Chuck Peoples from the Homestead Medical. We gotta take the ACM Homesteads stuff.
We'll take it too soon.
Yeah. Joseph G's in the house. Spags is in the house. Spags has been exercising his inner gun bunny over on his channel, laying down some sexy grooves and loading mags. So go check it out. It's pretty fun. So how's everybody doing? Everybody have a good time this week? Yeah, Starla, Texas. You guys always hold the early lead. You're always the first ones in here.
Oh, she asked about a family member of hers made a GoFundMe page.
Uh-huh.
She's disabled. She lost everything. Her house in the fires in Texas, lost absolutely everything. And the weird part is that even though FEMA and Red Cross are in there, they could go do their paperwork, but they weren't giving out any support whatsoever. She has a service dog, and because she has dogs, she cannot go into a shelter. And Red Cross didn't get her a hotel room. You know why? Probably because they're all full of illegal aliens. So she's got to go to the page. I will share that with Garen, and hopefully you can.
I'll put it in the community.
Put it in the community. So if you guys just want to go help her out, man, I'm sure at this point anything will help. Red Cross and FEMA are basically saying they're going to take all donations, and then when the donations stop, then they'll divvy out evenly to all of the members, which I thought was really weird because that has changed. So when the flood that happened in Glen Haven, they actually had grants that they could go apply for that helped them rent houses and all of that.
I'm just going to say this. It's Texas. Does not surprise me that it's happening, that they're making it extremely hard on the people in Texas. Does not surprise me one single bit.
Yeah. Tambra, it is Starla's, a family member of Starla, somebody that she knows. And so they created a GoFundMe page so that right now she's with, I think it's 3 or 4 dogs living out of her car. And she's got rods in her back and all kinds of stuff. Like she's disabled.
Spags, you should do a video about FEMA. Tell the story that you told us, if you can, if you can legally.
What did he say? I can't see it.
He said, FEMA is evil AF. Ask me how I know.
Yeah.
He told me that story. That's a jacked up story.
Yeah. So I don't understand how we can give so much aid to all these illegal aliens and not give aid to our own United States citizens. This is ridiculous. So kind of that ticks me off. I'm ticked off about that.
But so it was a good week here for the most part, except I don't know if you guys, anybody that was in the live last week, remember when I said my crown was wiggling inside my mouth? The next day it popped off, and they could not get me back in until today to get it put back on. So in the meantime, she was kind enough to go get me a dental repair kit, which I might say that is something everybody should have if you've got crowns or anything that needs to be glued on.
Yeah.
You should have one of these kits because they're handy dandy.
And they work. It worked.
And it worked until it met your food. So we were eating.
Don't make it my food's problem.
She made stew Saturday night, and I was chewing on some beef, and I didn't feel it pop up, but I certainly heard it crunch when I bit down on it.
But that wasn't my fault. That's not my food's fault. That was the fault of the dental hygienist that put it in.
Well, yes, I was gonna get there. So yes. I got back in today, and the lead dental assistant did it for me. She did a fantastic job, and it doesn't even feel like it's in there right now. The last week when we were sitting here talking with you, I could tell it was in there. I couldn't shut my mouth all the way because the exclusions were too high, and it just wasn't good.
Oh man.
Okay, hang on.
So Starla.
Okay.
Good. At least she's not in the car.
Okay, so she's in a resident, but very temporary. She has to come up with $1,500 to stay in the residence. They gave her 2 weeks, or she will have to leave. And then Tamara asked what a GoFundMe page is. GoFundMe is a fundraising website where you can go in and create an entry for yourself and tell your story and tell everybody what you're asking for. And people that feel like donating can donate to you. It's okay. This is not a comment on the site. This is comment on the people, on some of the people that use this site. I've known people that had very legitimate problems. You know, they had loved ones in the hospital and they desperately needed help, and they were able to get help because Americans are the most generous people on the earth. Mm-hmm. There's also been people on there that raised money to get boob jobs. And so, you know, it's a hit or miss as far as how good it is. Good as in, you know, morally right.
I thought she sent that.
But you know, other ones aren't. So that's what it is. So yeah, we got to know the page. Starla is going.
I'm working on it. She doesn't know how to share it. She just commented, but I think she did share it with me for some reason.
Send it to our email, Starla. Send it to our email.
Yeah, if you know how to share it, send it to our email right now, and then we'll put it in here.
And then we'll get it into
community page.
You know those wildfires. We had a wildfire here too, and it wasn't close to us. It was probably about 10 miles down the road and about 5 miles west of that. But you said you could see the smoke here.
Angie Hodges. Let me do this.
But she said she could see the smoke, and then Nikki and Scott.
No, that was our wildfire.
That's what I said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this shared. I'm gonna send it to you, G.
Nikki and Scott said it was right across the highway from where they were. So they were over here Sunday, and they were a little worried because of that. Yeah, Tamara, it could happen to any of us. Her aunt and uncle live up in Glen Haven.
And my cousins.
Glen Haven, Colorado, and there was a gentleman that did wood carvings. Did a fantastic job. You know, he did beautiful work, and
okay, you have the link now.
The big Glen Haven fire that happened.
I got it, Starla. It's in G's email. So
5 years ago. 5 years ago was the.
No, is it only 5? No, it's been longer.
It's been longer than that.
Yeah, it's been a little bit longer than that.
But he lost everything. He lost several $100,000 worth of woodworking stuff and just.
He's the one that did our sign on the front.
Yeah. He made the Grumpy Acres sign that's in our videos. Okay, so here I'm going to drop it in here. Hopefully it's not too long.
Well, you're a mod, so you could put everything in there.
Well, it's too long.
It says
it might be too long.
No, it's there.
Is it there? Okay. There's the link, and then we'll put that in the
community
page too.
Right after this.
Yeah, right. So there's that. So yeah, these wildfires, and so there's 71,000 acres up in Nebraska, up by North Platte, that have burned down so far this week. Over on the Missouri side, there were four fires that accumulated. It wasn't anything the size of Texas, but there were several thousand acres on fire over on the Missouri side. There's a fire down by the Oklahoma border. So it's fire season. It happens every year.
It does, but the problem is it's so many acres right now, and everything that's going on, hay prices are going to skyrocket through the roof. You may not, if you do like us, and we can do this because of our neighbor, and you order the hay you need for the full year, you'll be okay until next year. We probably won't see it until next year. So,
Gregory, your package went out today. I personally dropped it in the box at the post office.
Yeah, and he must not. Gregory, you should have got an email that has the tracking number and all of that stuff on it. If not, let me know and I'll send it over to you.
Assuming they processed it.
Well, I still have the tracking number.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that went out today, and thank you, by the way.
Yeah, that was very nice. We had 2 orders go out, and so I hope everything works for Susie. And yeah, I've got. He even wrote in there in the little notes on it on the order. He said, "Susie thanks you," or says thanks. Susie says thanks, and we're not really sure Susie exists.
We're
on the edge.
We're on the edge. We're on the edge if Susie exists. That might be like the girlfriend in Weird Science that lives up in Canada.
So yeah, but
by the way, did we say hi to Lucy when she came in? Terminator?
No.
I know she's here. Oh, we missed Tiger too. I'm sorry, Tiger.
Hey, not that kind of Karen. We missed her.
Nope, I got her.
Did you? Okay.
Got to get that name up there. That's awesome. Awesome screen name. Not as good as half bubble off plum. Yeah, not as good as that one, but it's pretty darn close.
It's up there.
Well, we were talking about you, Scanes. Wrong one. Yeah, we were talking about you, Scanes. We said all kinds of stuff. You have to go back and watch the replay.
Games. We posted the GoFundMe page for one of Starla's family members who's lost everything, and she has shelter for 2 weeks. But if she can't come up with $1,500, she can't stay there. The GoFundMe page, I looked at it. It's not outrageous. She's only asking for $5,000 total. So hopefully she can get that. And I don't know how that works. Does she have to get to the full 5,000 before she can pull it out? And they take 10% of that.
I'm not sure.
Interesting.
I'm not sure. I tried doing a GoFundMe after we had our chicken coop fire, but I only left it up for a couple of days and I took it down. I was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, but we're in better shape than what she's in. We didn't lose everything.
Well, no, I didn't. It has nothing to do with hers.
Yeah.
It It's just I was just saying I was going to do it, so I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you're not getting your boobs done.
Seriously.
The River Smokehouse Creek already burned over 1 million acres, and 15% contained caused by Excel electric lines. Windy Deuce was also caused by an oil company. Yeah. That's so that whole thing with the electrical companies. We saw that. You saw that in the big folder or the big fire up in California.
Skanes, I would imagine she does need clothing. Maybe we can connect you to Starla through email, and then you guys figured that out. You may have to walk Starla through. Actually, why don't I have both their numbers? So both of you say if I can send your phone number to each other, and I will do that, and then you guys figure that out how to get you all of that. So
I'm not sure what we said.
I'm not sure either.
I'm not sure. Skaggs, what did Angela say that caused a drink?
Just being Angela? I don't know. He's gonna say just
show him your hat.
No.
Show him your hat.
No.
Come on, show him your hat.
No.
She's got a brand new hat that's really cool.
See, now everybody has to take another drink.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because you're arguing with me and I'm saying
I'm not arguing. I want everybody to see. It's a beautiful hat. You guys would really appreciate it. Maybe
I was talking to my dad, and he was working on something in the bedroom, and I couldn't figure out why he was getting into the foil. So, as I'm talking to my dad, he makes me a stupid hat. And he goes, "Here, while you're talking to your dad, you need to put this on."
So I got it handy in case she needs to wear it tonight.
Oh my gosh. Snarky back to Angie tonight. Oh, it was your fault. There you go. See? Hey.
See,
Not my fault. I didn't do it.
Yeah, because you caused it. You instigated it.
Everybody has a drink again.
You have to be careful. You'll get alcohol poisoning right here. So we went through the whole tooth drama, which I got to say, sure was nice having somebody that was professional and proficient working on my mouth today, because
it feels very different, right?
It does. It feels so much different. I got the window finished on the outside of the house. Probably I'm getting better. Right? The bad thing is it's right next to the very first window I did here. The trim is completely the quality on the trim on the outside is completely different than each other. But in fact, it's so bad I may go back and just take that other one apart and fix it and put new trim on it. So it looks
I really couldn't see a difference, but I mean that's your OCD taking over.
No, somebody that knows what they're doing would look at it and go, "Yeah, that guy doesn't know what he's doing."
Have you seen our place? Like the whole everything is like that.
Hey, now that kind of hurts. We were talking about this. We got notification that our assessment is going to change and it's going up, which really doesn't bother me that much. I mean,
it's not going up. It went up.
Aside from the fact that taxes are theft, but that's a whole other issue, you know. But I told her, and then tell them about you looking up on Zillow because you were curious about what the comps were on this place.
Oh yeah, no, it's weird. So we're like,
it's way more. The house after 2.5 years is worth a lot more than what we bought it for, and it's not necessarily what we're doing. I mean, that's got a little bit to do with it. A lot of it is the land prices around here. But I told her, and give me 5 years of this place, and I'll have it to the same, not the same level as the other house, but pretty darn close.
Skin's a walking advertisement.
I've got alcohol-filled chocolates, Jim Beam, Southern Comfort. Man, been a rough month, huh? And then I went out. I was going to cut wood, and I figured out that not one but both my chainsaws are down. Darren's going to have to look at the one because it's just not working properly. I'm going to fix the other one tomorrow so I can get another thing of
bastard.
Only 11 likes. Help Gene and Angie get couples therapy and like the stream. Oh yeah, you got to share it too if you're going to do that. You need to share it and comment. Like and subscribe. All that stuff.
It's just so bad.
Canberra, I think you just want to drink. And I don't think it has anything to do with us. But that's okay. We don't judge. And then we worked on. I worked around the property. Worked on cleaning it up. 4 dogs, 4 months worth of winter, frozen. Yeah, does not make a very good yard. So I've been spending a lot of time outside trying to get all that stuff cleaned up, and it's a mess. I think what I'm going to do, and I'll do a video when I do this. Whenever neighbor Chris comes over to help me put fence posts in, I'm going to have him use his auger and dig a hole, and I've got an old trash can, and I'm going to make a composter for the doggy poo. That way, I'm not just dumping it someplace. It's gonna hopefully get the nutrients back into the soil. Not gonna put it near the garden because I don't want any of the prions getting in there. But we're gonna do it. Yeah, I've got a damn dog. Yeah. Oh man. And we got 2 big ones, and the little ones, for being as small as they are,
poop a lot.
They poop a lot. They were pooping a lot even when they were on the raw meat diet, which is pretty darn impressive if you ask me. But yeah. And then, so what'd you do around here? You still haven't done the
greenhouse or the chicken garden. I'll get to it though.
Right.
And then I don't know.
Well, the good news is the chickens. So I don't have a gate on the chicken garden. I've just got a metal mesh panel.
Did you get me bungee cords today?
There and back. But they've been going in there and scratching up and pooping in the bed, so they're getting lots of fertilizer.
That's right. I'm hoping it's supposed to rain. Hopefully we'll get some rain. That'll soften the ground up and I can get...
So temperatures are going to drop.
When?
This weekend.
Yeah, but if I direct, so that's not going to matter.
Okay. And then we've been talking about reseeding the pastures and stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I said it last week. Native grass is expensive, like way expensive. So that's not going to happen this year. We're looking for...
No, I am going to get some seed. That has to be done. We just got to get everything finished.
We're going to get seed, but we're not going to get the native grass like what
I don't. Well, I haven't been to co-op yet. I got feed yesterday, but I didn't stop at the office and look at that because I wanted to see where we were at with everything on getting seed. Because technically, I would like to go ahead and start spreading some, but the problem is that we have to be able to move them so that grass will actually grow. Right?
In the paddock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're never going to be able to grow grass there.
Not up here, back there.
No, where the fence is right now?
Where it is now.
Yeah, we're never going to be able to grow grass back there.
Why?
Unless we get a lot of acreage and we can move them off that for a year.
Oh,
yeah.
That's too bad.
But that's okay. That's okay. We got all kinds of room.
So you're wanting to seed all of this out here?
Yeah.
And back?
Yeah.
Okay. We ought to run a paddock in the woods and put them back there.
Okay, so here's how we're doing the fencing. So on the front of the property up here by the house, we're putting field fence in, which is the woven wire fencing. Chris is going to show me how to do it properly so that the goats don't get on it. And then there's existing fence posts down sort of in the back of the property. I'm going to do 6-strand barbed wire back there and make it so when they're back there is when I'm out and can keep an eye on them. With talking with Chris, the 6-string barbed wire will keep them from going underneath and through the fence. So that's what we're gonna do back there.
Poopologist.
You guys were sick by looking at their poop. But it's true.
All animals, your chickens, your goats, your sheep, everything.
And personally, Gregory,
Dogs.
I like Poop Whisperer.
It's good.
I like that better. But Poopologist, that works.
Yeah.
Sprigs grow faster. Yeah, and so I was talking. So anybody that's a rancher out there, fill in the blanks here, okay? I was talking to neighbor Chris, and he's looking for a new mix because there's 2 types of fescue. There's one type of fescue that's got an enzyme in it that the animals will not eat until after the first frost. There's another one that doesn't have that enzyme. It's not quite as hardy, but they will eat that year round. And I don't remember what the name is, but he he's got me looking at this certain type of fescue, so we can put in because what you want around here is a mix of cold weather, which is the fescue, or I'm sorry, the rye, and then the warm weather, which is the fescue. So they grow at different times.
Funny story. So we were just talking. I delivered milk next door, and we were talking, and a friend of ours, he's got a hired hand. He's really like a son, and to them, and so he helps out and works and everything for him, and he starts telling me this story, and Levi's standing there, and Chris starts telling me the story, and the story is that he didn't tell me how old he was, so it was even funnier when they got done. But the story was that he needed to go seed. Well, they didn't have seed or anything like that, so he had to go seed all the 40-acre pasture, and so they gave him a 5-gallon bucket, and he had to fill it up and then throw everything out by hand to get the seed down. And his wife goes out and starts looking, and then calls Chris and says, "He's out there smoking weed while he's spreading seeds." And so Chris said something to him afterwards, and he said, "Well, if I gotta be out there and I'm bored and I have to spread all of this weed, I need to be smoking weed to spread the weed because there's nothing to do." And then Levi turns around and he looked at me and he goes, "I was 18 years old." I thought that was funny. I was laughing about that. Oh man, and Tracy, if you're in here listening tomorrow or whenever, because sometimes she catches us afterwards. I gave Chris his milk, took him his milk in the peak cooler. I said, well, I took a milk. I ended up giving him 2, thinking he needed more. He only needed 1, but anyway.
Okay, tell the story.
So, but Tracy put his milk in a pink cooler. Oh. And so she said, when you go and give this to him, you let him know he needs a little pink in his life. No, this is like rodeo, fence guy, cows, all this stuff, and he goes, well, he said, that doesn't bother me. He said, during breast cancer month at the rodeo, they would give us the pink t-shirts that said, "Make pink tough." And so then I started laughing, and I'm like, Tracy thought it was super funny. I laughed, and now Chris came back with a really good comment. So I was like, I'll just have to let her know. But, yeah.
So what else did you do this week?
I did get some more seed down, but not in the places that I told you. So I got some more stuff down. I need to go through what I got, really make a list and a plan and all of that. I'm really halted what I can do in the garden until Chris comes over and takes care of all that stuff. Did I get all that soil and moss and all that stuff earlier? I don't ever think I said that. Yeah, I did.
Did you pull the old tomato plants out?
No, I haven't done that yet either. So, been a little reserved on getting stuff done lately, for good reason, and talk about that later. But kind of wait.
She's got a new recipe that she needs to make. Needs to make a video over. The one you made tonight was really good.
Oh, you like it better that way?
Yeah, actually I do, because the peppers are crisp.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah.
So Spags knows an MPP secret. Spags, what you and Patrick Henry do in the trailer is your business. We don't judge you, and it's okay.
It's so sweet and funny. So that live that you guys did, which I missed, I had to watch it after, so I apologize for that. But they did a live on the 3 sisters, mm-hmm. and Dad and Mom were really tickled because you guys talked about us as sponsors for MPP and all that. So, and I guess I don't know. She was like, "What are you doing with the seed trade?" And so do you use those this year? And she's super sweet. She's been sending me videos, and I'm like, "Are you changing your lifestyle?" They're up in Idaho. And she's like, "No, I just thought you'd be interested." And so all these gardening tips and that kind of thing. So, yeah. But, yeah, go ahead and share it, Spags.
Brand new event. What is this new event that you speak of? You know how you keep dummies in suspense? Tell us next week.
Don't listen to him. Just tell me. So yeah, so we'll see about that. And then I sent Trip a message with Sun Oven. So I let him know what was going on. Can you send us this? Which we have one, so it's not a big deal. We'll make sure that what is it? Magnificus. And so
Stupendous. He's pumping up. He's playing.
he's trying to pump it up.
He's playing P.T. Barnum.
Yeah. And so we're working on that. And then we are going to make sure that we have enough sun ovens on hand, again, to make sure that those go out and get ready and pump up for a sun oven cook-off. We'll do that this year one way or the other.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So we're hoping it's at Midwest in the fall, but don't know yet. I got to look at everything and kind of see what's going to happen. But and then that's really Spag's call. So if there's room and time. So we'll get that one done.
So egg production has gone up, partially because of what you did to the feed.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them what you did for the feed.
I started mixing in hog feed and cracked corn, and so
Which is weird because the feed that we use right now that we were feeding them was 20%.
18.
Oh, it's 18.
It's the same, 18 and 18.
Oh, they're both 18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But that and it got warmer. And
we had a production meeting.
Yes, we had a production meeting.
Chickens and turkeys and I had a production meeting. I told the turkeys if they didn't start stepping up, they were going to freezer camp. Now I'm getting turkey eggs.
Yep.
So and everybody understands.
It turns out that we've got 3 toms instead of 2 like we thought. One of them, Roger's exempt. Roger will never go to freezer camp. Mm-hmm. But the other 2, we got to figure out which one's the better tom, and then the other one's gonna be Thanksgiving dinner. And they're getting big too.
Get out! Did you get him to bring that here, Spags? How'd you get him out of Canada to come down this far? I guess it's not even any further than SRF, if that's what he's talking about. That is so cool. I'm so excited to see that.
So y'all getting any fertile turkey eggs? We will find out. We've got some in the incubator right now.
And then I'm starting to set some eggs aside. I may break down and just go buy another incubator. I know you don't want me to, but I think I need to. Well, would it be easier for me to just hand a bunch of eggs to Spags and say, here, now trade me the same amount, and that's not because it's early in spring? Or would it be easier for me to go ahead and hatch them, and then once they're hatched, go, here's your turkeys?
You just want to spend money.
No, I don't, but that one, I'm struggling with it. Like, you should see it as an eyesore. So I have to put everything down, then get it all watered, and then I lay towels and blankets and all that stuff on it. I get the microphones fixed. And so, and get hearing aids. And then you can see that you can hear me. And so, but it's just kind of a hot mess, and it's an eyesore. So if I had 2 that worked really well and I could guarantee what I got coming out, you know what I mean? I just feel better about that. That's just who I am and how I feel. But
well, if we can swing it, we'll get some turkeys hatched. Mm-hmm. No guarantee.
Yeah, Tamer, I've had turkeys for a long time. Usually the ones that I hatch survive. The ones that are ordered are the ones that die for no reason at all. I don't even order them vaccinated. So we've had turkeys for years.
4 of them to butcher.
More than that. Yeah, way more than that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get any.
Roger will see. He's trying to get.
He's got that bum leg. He's got that bum leg, and he has a hard time doing that. Plus, he's got to wait till Tom's not looking, and to do it. So
Tom was being a little turd today. He was going after a rooster.
Yeah, they've been doing that the past couple of days. We feed our scratch mix, oats, milo, wheat, cracked corn, and a layer mix of about 22%.
Yeah, I've been adding some stuff like that in there, and it seems to be working out. But what I do, because of our production meeting and our agreement that we have, I wait until 3:00 in the afternoon, go in, collect eggs.
What's up, Tech?
If they've done a good job and I have eggs there, then I'll go ahead and I feed them some extra stuff. So like today they got eggplant and some other stuff. So, but yeah, they appreciate it.
Yeah.
They're giving me eggs, so it's all good. But
Still
yeah.
not up to where we were though.
Well, I mean, that's all I've collected in the last few days because everything else
Yeah,
is
but
in
remember
incubators.
right before we moved, we
We
were
were
getting
getting a lot.
we were getting like 2 dozen a day. It was sweet.
Yeah, we were getting a lot. Now we're at 12 a day, but we got to build up that flock too. We lost a lot this winter. I think we would be at 2 dozen if that didn't happen.
So B got her tractor.
Oh, she did. It's pretty too.
I missed that one.
It's in our community feed. If you're part of the community, you're on that feed.
Man, that community feed, I turn notifications off because it blows up, and it blows up at all hours of the day and night. I love it. I love the fact that the communication's there. But man, I got to get some sleep, and it's going off all the time.
All hours. Chris was just saying that he had to give his phone to Misty so that he could turn off the not the notifications, but the noise, mute it. So it's muted.
So Scanes has given her scratch pellets and rice. So are you making the rice balls yourself, Scanes?
Yeah. So beans are really good too. It's a really great source of protein for them, and if you cook them, they like to eat them. So
yeah, Gypsy's built a thing or two.
Oh, is that who's okay? Is that the?
Well, Tag says he's built a thing or two, and Scanes has built a thing or two. Everybody wants to be Spags' big secret.
So yeah, alfalfa hay. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Well, and that's what I used to do for their bedding instead of buying straw, because it was back then it was only $1 more expensive.
Now it's more expensive.
But I would buy hay, and I would throw hay in their coop so they could use it for bedding and eat what they wanted, you know. Plus, it made good compost.
No, Rabbit. The community has a separate feed.
No, we've got a messenger feed that we use.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And so everybody, like, basically after you're done with everything that you did for the day, if you want to, you know, just kind of let everybody know, here's the progress, here's where we got, and that kind of thing. Or if we do a dinner or anything like that, we put it in that particular feed so everybody has the information on where to go, when to be there, all of that.
Yeah, alfalfa is expensive, and like she was saying, so I was looking at the crop reports yesterday, and the, oh my gosh, who is it? Sustainable Farming? Is that it? It's some webpage that I go to and I check, but they've got the crop reports for every single state, and hay and wheat, because of either the drought or excessive rain. What they do is they rate it poor, average, good, and excellent. And the good numbers are extremely small this fall this spring because of how cold the winter was and wetness and stuff. And then, you know, like places like Louisiana, I was looking today, Louisiana, they're expecting it to be in a level 4 drought this year.
Oh, you're kidding.
Like 90% of Louisiana is going to be in a level 4 drought, which is the worst you can get. That's what Western Kansas has been for the past 2 years.
Where's my metal hat? Where's my aluminum foil?
Are we going to have to paint the crops blue so they don't burn?
This is what happens when the government has figured out how to manipulate weather and all of that stuff to make it beneficial for themselves. Just saying. Rabbit, I agree with you. I cook my beans. I cook them before I put them out, Tiger.
Yeah.
So, and I'll just do a big bucket, and then you don't have to give well, I got stock pots that I do. And so you don't have to give them all of it at the same time. You just put some in baggies, throw them in the fridge, and feed them a little bit at a time. So.
Scance's chickens are eating high on the hog. Look at that. She's gourmet mealing them.
Wow.
Let's see. Fed my chickens and turkey scratch pellets and food scraps and fish carcass. She used to get upset at me because Thanksgiving and Christmas, after she was done. I didn't
get upset. I was just like gross. And then I started dealing with it.
After she was done making the turkey stock, I would take everything and just chuck it out in the pen and let them eat all on the.
No. You were taking before I could make the stock. You were taking the carcass out there.
Well, I only did that once. I only did that once because you were slow on getting it and it went bad. Maybe I'll do some beans and rice for the ladies. Yep, they love the rice. Make sure it's cooked though. The rice too.
Yeah.
Don't want to give them raw rice because it'll mess up their tummies. What did she bark at?
Is she at the window?
No. But let's see what else. Skeens needs to get rid of most of those roosters. Yep, we're in the same boat.
We're in the same boat. We're gonna get them. In fact, I asked you if you would do that this last weekend, but didn't get around to it.
No.
So.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Between my tooth and my chest this last weekend, I got quite a bit done, but it was slow going. I did not push myself, and I don't want to push it any harder than I have to, and because I don't want to have a stroke or a heart attack. Yeah, I guess you can kind of understand it, can't you? Let's see.
They must have lost a lot of barley then.
Oh, they lost. What they said. They estimate 10,000 head of cattle.
Oh, and I think it's going higher.
Yeah.
I think that's going higher. So, but yeah, no, I have not been able to secure a cow for butcher yet. I won't know when they're ready until a couple months before. So, but, hopefully we'll be able to secure one so we don't have to worry about that for a year. But.
We've been adding a lot of protein to the ladies' diets, and egg production has started ramping up and utilize beans for sure. Yep.
Leftover cherry crunch.
Leftover cherry crunch.
What is cherry crunch?
Got to be careful. Got to be careful with that because the refined sugar.
What is that?
Like the cherry cobbler type of stuff.
Why do you call that cherry crunch?
Because it's just what they call it.
It's weird. When I just call it cherry
If
cobbler.
if it's what I think it is. Like I said, you got to be careful because the refined sugar in that stuff will jack up their stomachs and make them poop a lot. Mm-hmm. Well, but relatively, they poop a lot all the time. You need to take olive oil extract for that. I missed. What are we taking?
I'm guessing.
So you guys are tearing up the chat again, and I can't keep up.
Yeah, no, I'm just guessing.
Oh, for the heart.
You gotta take what? Oh yeah, I was telling you about that. Well, but that's the olive. You want the oil from all of that, the whole thing. So Greek Mediterranean diet works as well, Italian and Greek, and so he won't do that.
The Amish still have their 93.70 ground for $3.85 a pound, stock in the freezer. Beef.
Kind of attached. Yeah.
Except for Peckerhead. I can make a comment. I'm not going to.
We have T-shirts that actually say "Don't be an."
Oh, it's a cake mix. It's with the cake mix.
Oh. Yeah, no, you don't want that for your heart. That won't work.
No, we were talking the crunch.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can't have that.
yeah,
Not good for your heart.
I got a number for a lady who will come get your roosters for free.
Be careful with that.
Hang on. We're back.
Yeah.
I did something. I'm not sure what I did.
I would be careful with that personally, just because what we've seen out here, all of the rooster fighting and gambling and stuff that goes on. But you have to be very careful when you price them cheap.
We finally got our third deep freezer.
Nice.
On Sunday. Now we have a little wiggle room. Yep.
Nice.
Makes it nice. We were talking. We got to get our freezers out in the outbuilding.
I already started on that. I told you that.
Well, we need to. Pull them out.
You told me that Hax was going to come work on the Jeep, so I didn't want to get out there and then him need the concrete pad and maybe stuck in the outbuilding.
Well, no, I'm gonna have to pull them out. I'm gonna have to pull them out and power wash the inside and disinfect everything. And
yeah, so we'll get all that done and then separate dog food from all of that stuff and then get all of that done.
We've got this great big commercial freezer that we bought. Gosh, how long have we had that thing? 15 years?
Since Grandview.
No.
Since Grandview.
No, we got it whenever we moved into Pleasant Hill.
You're talking about the big white one?
Was it in Grandview, really?
Grandview, seriously.
Gosh, that thing's 20 years old.
Because remember we had that snow and lost power for that week. We did a homeowner's claim on that because we just put cow in there.
Because we had just bought it. That's right. Yeah,
so then they replaced all of the meat. Well, they didn't replace that meat. But they sent money to help. But
we've got this great big giant freezer, and the problem is if it's even got a little crack in the door, it will frost up worse than anything.
Yeah.
And with
It hasn't been thawed since we got here.
No, I thought it once.
Did you?
Yeah, that shows you how bad it is.
Oh wow. Well, we've also lost power out there.
Yeah,
so.
we've lost power several times and all that. Oh, what's this? I have one of them old commercial freezers. Damn it! Yes, ours is what, 27 cubic feet.
Yeah, no, it's more than that. What's a refrigerator? What's the standard refrigerator? What is that one?
No, I don't know.
20, not 20.
Nothing goes to waste at my house if the dogs want to eat the chickens. Well, yep, that's kind of the way we are.
Yeah. Yeah, so it'll be dog food, chicken food, and all that stuff. So it won't go to waste, but it's just not quality meat, anything that we would want.
So Skane, she's cleaning hers out, freezing and canning. This is something, and I've told her this is something we need to start doing because there's no guarantee that the grid is going to be available, and we need to get. And this is not we as in her and I. We as in people that are sustainability minded and preparedness minded. We need to start getting our food into a format where we don't need all the extra inputs, right? You know, meat that's in a can, you take your hamburger and can it, is going to last for several years versus if the power goes out and your freezer dethaws and you can't have it there. So we need to start thinking about that.
Well, I don't know where you don't can.
I don't can anymore. I'm the one that used to.
So, well, what I'm saying is I don't know where you're at. We're all talking about this. So, in fact, I'm going over and I am teaching a class April 20th.
Okay, here's a
on how
tip.
to
In
can
every deep freeze, keep a 5-gallon bucket with water, fill about soot, and let it freeze. Good backup cold when needed. Yeah. If you can spare the space.
Yeah, if you can spare the space.
We used to put 2-liter bottles. Used to keep several 2-liter bottles in it because of that. I started blueberry seeds 4 days ago, and they are up. They're up. These blackberry seeds are not a bush like my wild. They're actually a tree.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay, Tamara, why don't you like the ground beef? Is it a texture thing? Is it a taste thing?
Oh, did you brown it before you canned it, or did you just put raw meat in there? So I like to brown the meat a bit, kind of get it a little bit crispy so that you don't lose that texture when you do that. Just a hint.
You know, Rabbit, that you have 5 deep freezers, so he has a space. That's the conversation we have with people all the time. People are amazed when we start talking about how many freezers and refrigerators we have. And everybody that we know that has the ability to have them always has multiple freezers, and they're always packed full of food.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I would love to go the route that Justin Rhodes went and have like the commercial freezers, you know, the big ones like that, or actually what Danny did down at Deep South and actually build a walk-in.
Yeah, I would love to have a walk-in freezer. Love it, love it, love it.
It tastes like the taco meat that they used to serve at school.
Did you season it? Is it pre-seasoned or something? There's something there. There's something weird about that.
Instead of insane solar system, everyone needs. Well, yes, learning to live without the electricity is a must. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like having ice cubes and
bananas
and well, bananas aren't electricity
oh yeah
related, but having ice cubes and having the ability to turn the lights on every now and maybe run a washing machine, you know, it's nice.
Yeah.
These people without freezers, where do they hide the bodies until they can dispose of them? In their trunks. Let's see here. With the new tractor, my husband wants to dig and build me a new root cellar, but on my new to-do list is building me a duck pond.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's one of the things I want to do. I want to do this summer is I want to get a small pond built out in the paddock because we're losing all kinds of water when it rains.
Especially up there.
Yeah.
And it's not directed down to the pond.
During COVID, I thought I had a freezer go out, paid $900 for a new one, then found out the one the kids turned the dial on to 0.
Oh no!
So now he has 2 stand-up freezers.
Good.
Well, yeah, the price was crazy. Our son, theirs went out, and so we went to
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club. Went to Sam's Club and got one of the smaller chest freezers, and over the course of about 18 months, the price in that thing doubled.
They're back down. They're coming back down.
Are they?
Yeah.
And they're not the best freezers in the world. And we've got one here, but
we got 2 here of those.
But the quality's not the same as what they used to be.
Not like what we've got out in the outbuilding. It's not even as big as the one in the outbuilding.
Yeah.
Neither of them. So, and the refrigerators, my goodness, I don't even know how old those are. Those look like won't die. The one is the color from the 1970s.
Yeah, we had a freezer die. Or it was a refrigerator, but it died. And so I found a guy in Independence, Missouri that was selling one for, no, it was in Gladstone. But $110 for this thing. And it was old when I bought it. And we've had it for 8 years now. And it's
probably longer than that.
Darn near indestructible.
Yeah. That black one, where did we? Oh, that's the one that came from the house when we remodeled the kitchen, right?
That's the one. This one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. My son-in-law works with refrigeration. He built himself a walk-in cooler freezer when he does butchering. Yep.
Yeah, they're easy enough to do. It's just getting the materials together and having the time to put it up.
Well, if you're okay, so I've done a lot of research on this. The key part of the freezer is the door. You want to have a good door. Mm-hmm. There's a company, and I got to find it again. I had the name of it, but they tear out commercial freezers and they sell the panels and they sell the doors. So you can buy the doors pre-made and you don't have to build it. And then it's just a matter of insulating. And I saw William Farley from Arizona. We're in Arizona, right. William.
Didn't Danny from Deep South? He built one. He got the walls, and then he put in what is that thing called? The cooler. I forget what you called it. They're not very expensive. It's just like a little window unit that you put in, and it freezes everything.
They've got a little. So
so
window units have a regulator on it that keeps them from getting too cold. So there's a company that makes a chip that goes into the air conditioner that overrides that, and so you can get it down so it freezes. And they're only a couple $100. Yeah. CoolBot, there it is. Tim Riley.
CoolBot, that's it. Yep.
Tim Riley. Oh, he's from Casa Grande.
Winner.
Casa Grande. My grandparents used to take us down there to see the ruins down there. Yeah. Spent 2 years in Yuma, and grandparents lived in Phoenix, so we used to go see them all the time. Forgot how hot it gets there. You walk across the parking lot and you burst into flames if you're not careful.
Right.
Which amazes me, because when I was in the Marine Corps stationed in Yuma, I could go out in the middle of summer, in the middle of the day, drink beer, play volleyball, and be perfectly fine.
You're old now.
And I got out of the Marine Corps, and we had our daughter, so Lexi was what, a year old?
No, not even that. Yeah.
So it was about 3 years after I got out of the Marine Corps. I hadn't been to Yuma in 6 years, and so we go down there to grandmother and go to where she's living. Got out of the car, and I thought I was going to die. I was not sure I was going to make it across the parking lot because it was so stinking hot. So going to Phoenix in the middle of August is not a good gig.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you need to get down. You need to get down. You're not invited up. The dogs have been terrible today.
Tim, you still using that sun oven? Get working this week? Get going? I think he said he did last week.
Yeah, he said he used it last week.
Yeah. So.
Let's see here. The guy that made CoolBot shows you how to make one cheap instead of buying one. There you go.
Oh. Well, that was nice of him.
Yeah, we'll have to
look that one up.
Let's see. I used a CoolBot to turn a small chest freezer into a fridge for keeping eggs the right temperature for sale at the farmer's market. It's a good idea. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I want that CoolBot for a walk-in freezer. Yep. Like that sucker is going to get put to use.
So and we're getting to the point now where we're sometime in the next month or two, we're gonna finally run electricity out to the outbuilding. And once that gets done, I'm going to turn the area next to the outbuilding into another parking pad with a.
Put Homestead Medical's website on there. Tiger's getting butter out of the freezer. I would have asked her to do it.
Oh.
Skeens could probably do it too, but I don't know where she's at, if she's still in there. But yeah, so what were you saying? Because now
I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
Here it is. So yeah, festival season's getting ready to start, so we're gearing up for that. I just did inventory on shirts, and and I had sticker shock because I had to order 29 of them.
Oh my gosh, $450 worth of shirts.
And then I needed to get ordered some of the Frank and Myrrh, get all that stuff done. So I got that done. That was also another sticker shock. I got to get sun ovens ordered and all of that stuff. So if anybody's looking for a sun oven, you're going to be at any one of the Three Sisters, or at, we really need to get them for the Prepper Expo, and get them up there and make sure that we got enough on hand. Make sure you're going to let us know that you're going to want one, and I'll make sure that we have enough in inventory, because especially Prepper Expo, those are going to sell out. Those will be going.
Well, and if you don't want to carry one home, because they are big, you spend just as much money on the website as buying it when we're there. So if you don't want to carry one home, I personally like having it in hand if I got the space to take it. But if you don't, you can have it drop shipped directly to your house. So we'll be able to have
we'll have our affiliate link and all of that there.
Well, we can have people order it right there on the spot.
Well, oh yeah, we can do that too. But the Prepper Expo, that's mostly Kiowa and surrounding Colorado, so they can take those with them. I mean, we're not going to order 30 or 40. We only went through. That'd be nice. I think we only handled
5 of them.
7 in inventory. And so that was fine, and that got us through Fall Festival, so that was enough.
Yes, insulating the floor, because you're gonna, especially if you got it in contact with the concrete, you'll lose a lot of heat through the concrete.
Yep.
Let's see. Wait and you see how things go. So we'd love to get the sun oven rolling.
Yeah, and that sun oven, I'm telling you, saved you so much time, girl, and it just really, really good. What do you say?
Who, Tim?
Uh-huh.
The sun oven is super easy to use. Got it going.
Yeah.
Got to get you one through Grumpy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim.
Yes, we would appreciate that. And if you don't get it through us, just get one.
Yeah.
Let's see. I love the sun oven. Bought one for my son and daughter-in-law.
Good.
Have they been using it?
He did. Yeah, he bought that one in person in
Kentucky. I know, but have they been using it?
I hope so.
Well, okay. So the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of people that we talk to that have sun ovens
and don't use them
and have never opened the box. Yeah. And we're like, get it out and use it. You have to learn how to use it before something happens.
Funny thing is, most of them are living off grid.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I was like, well, so how are you cooking? And they're like, well, we're just mostly eating out. I'm like, in fact, that's how Gypsy and his lovely bride bought one. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, you need a sun oven. You're going to make yourself sick if you eat like that and all the fast food and that kind of thing. You know, you could be working on building the house and getting all that stuff done and just put in. And they like chili dogs. And so they've done a lot of chili and some other stuff and that kind of thing. And so, in fact, they had a few people over and did the chili dogs in the sun oven.
Nice.
And so while they were working on another homestead for homestead rotation. So yeah, so it works. It's a slow cooker dehydrator. I bake cookies in it.
I wonder if they threw the hot dogs into the chili and let the hot dogs cook in the chili.
I don't think so, because I don't know. They're from Tennessee, so I have no idea.
You don't like dirty water hot dogs either, so you're weird. I'm sorry if you get. I'm not saying dirty water hot dogs are the best, but if you don't like them, there's something wrong with you. You didn't grow up poor, that's for sure. Okay, so we've been at this for about an hour. So I got something I want to talk about. Did you realize that rural white America, the hate is a threat to democracy. Yes, that is the new narrative. Rural America is a threat to democracy. And gosh, who had the video? Was it the quartering? I don't know. Somebody had the video where they showed the MSNBC interview with the two yahoos that wrote this.
Oh yeah.
And wrote this book that just came out yesterday. And these guys, you want to see a textbook example of projection, go watch this interview on MSNBC. It was the Morning Joe's, Mika.
I agree with that.
No one that eat chili on their. I'm not saying that wasn't weird. I said I was gonna give it a try. I know they say that Christian. Well, no, it's not just Christian nationalists. It's rural America, because rural America is the most racist, bigoted, misogynistic, violent. We are more apt to excuse violent. You know,
we're about the only ones that still wave at each other when we drive by.
It's all the fiery, but mostly peaceful farming that we do. I think that makes us so willing to do violence. Mm-hmm. No, but seriously, go out and find this interview that they did on MSNBC. It will blow your mind. And the reason why I wanted to bring it up, it's not to black people and say, oh, look at the stupid liberals. The reason why I brought it up is because it's one more step towards politicide. It is the demonization of political foes. They're trying to make people dislike us and think that we are a threat.
I think a lot of that too, and I was talking with Sherry. She's the one organizing the Prepper Expo in Kiowa, Colorado, and I was talking with her, and we just got to chatting, getting to know each other. And I was telling her she was telling me some of the things that they were going through, and I was saying some of the things we were going through. It starts the local government. They're having the same issues in Colorado that we're having here. Mm. They're making rural people look so terrible and so bad. And I think they're doing that because now a lot of developers are coming into the road. She said they're really having a hell of a time in Kiowa. And they're trying to put up all these developments because they want a bedroom community and that kind of thing. What they're trying to do is take all the farmland and make everybody city people. Because city people, for the most part, will comply.
They are easier to control.
Right.
If you live in a city and you are dependent on the infrastructure, you are easier to control. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's exactly the reason why I think it's important. Because if you look at what's going on. Okay, I'm going to say this. I try to stay positive. The political divide is too great in this country. I honestly do not think at this point it can be fixed without some sort of violence. I'm not advocating it. I'm just saying it's bound to happen, because as I've said before, is you cannot have two competing ideologies taking up the same space at the same time. It always comes into conflict. All right. So and so we need to be aware of this. We need to be aware of what's happening. We need to keep our ear to the media and see what's being done. You realize, let's take this is an extreme example. The Rwandan massacre. And we were in Washington, D.C. when this happened. I remember yelling at the TV. She used to think I was weird because Madeleine Albright would get up there and I would just scream, say genocide, just say the word genocide. That's what it is. And the Clinton administration refused to do it. But the way they did that was it was decades of ethnic conflict there, and the government used that as a wedge to drive between people. And then when the time came for the massacres to start, they literally took truckloads of machetes and dumped them out on the ground, got on the radio, the public, the like FM radio, and told everybody to do it. And they just started doing it because they had all these years of animosity. And Charlie Kirk Charlie Kirk's got this saying that he says, as soon as we stop talking is when the violence starts. So we need to A, hear what's happening, and then we need to talk about it, and we need to discuss it, and we need to make sure that we're still working on finding a solution. Now, like I said, personally, I'm not sure the gap is bridgeable. I don't think the gap is as wide as they present. A lot of people are waking up. Well, I certainly hope so.
Hope so.
I hope so. But the problem is it does not take a lot of radicals to destroy a society. You got to understand that the Russian Revolution, the Bolsheviks, whenever the revolution started, only made up about 10% of the population, and they were able to overthrow the second largest country in Europe at the time. You know, and there was a lot of stuff in Russia that caused that, but it doesn't take that many people to be effectual, right?
When are you going to that Missouri Roundup meetup?
I don't know when it is. I don't think they've talked about it.
They must, because everybody knows, like, because Tiger said something. I think you passed it. Tiger said something. She's only going to be there Friday, Saturday.
Okay, so anybody that's going to the Missouri meetup, give me the dates. I don't even know. I have not seen it.
I pray it is not the same weekend as Powwow again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. June 6th through the 9th. Yes, it is.
The same exact weekend.
Yeah,
You cannot go.
probably cannot go
Mm-mm.
unless we can find somebody to help you.
That's not fair. Well, maybe. I'll see if Fee or Killian want to make some money. Maybe we'll do that, or see if Hex and them, they're working on stuff. So I don't know if they're even going to have time to even make some money.
We've got a major powwow here for the nation, and we made pretty decent money.
We did great.
Pretty decent money. Got a lot of people. Got to meet a lot of people in the community that we didn't know, and made a lot of good connections.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got some people that hopefully they're going to be at Midwest Preparedness Festival
Yeah, they were talking about it. So
this spring.
yeah, because a lot of the stuff that they're doing and what we do, the nation is actually, well, I say nation, the reservation, we call it the nation.
That's what we call it.
Here.
The insiders. That's what we call it.
And so, but they are actually promoting and trying to get everybody self-sufficient and working on that and getting their crops growing and all. They're trying. They're trying. They stopped trying. There was a whole grant.
There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk, but not a lot of movement.
Well, it's on Indian time.
That's.
I think
that's a thing.
It really is a thing.
Even the locals, even the locals on the reservation will tell you it's the Indian time is a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. So it's just a matter of trying to figure out.
In fact, I'm supposed to go. The general manager, the guy who's my boss's boss, is one of the big people in the food sovereignty movement for the nation. And I talked to him. I'm supposed to.
Are you going to that meeting?
No, I'm not going to the meeting, but I'm supposed to have lunch with him one day so we could talk about food sustainability, because they
miss so much food that they have naturally growing out there. It's not even funny.
Well, and they need a lot of help, and they need guidance, and you can have meeting after meeting after meeting. It's just like pulling the trigger on building a homestead or pulling the trigger on community. You can think about it, talk about it as much as you want, but until you actually make the decision to move forward, nothing's going to come of it. So you have to do something, and they've got a great framework out here. I mean, they used to grow corn at one point. They do their own hay, so they don't have to do that. They've got their buffalo herd.
Their hemp.
The hemp. I don't think they're making a lot of money off that though. But they've got a great base built. That they've got their own orchard. They brought bees in a couple of years ago, and it's just a matter of putting it together and integrating it into a regenerative agriculture, which would be very easy to do out here.
It would be easy to do out here.
So my idea for him is to get a grant for paid interns and go to K-State or KU and find kids that are in the agricultural programs
and bring them over
and bring them up as paid interns and have them hire a horticulturalist to be on staff full time, and then hire several paid interns to run the community gardens and stuff and help people. But they could do it very easily. Where are you going, Manny?
We're gonna go eat. I ate it all.
Poor guy. I took him out yesterday. And Sunday and threw the stick for him, and he kind of overdid it, so he's kind of hurting.
Not kind of, like a lot.
But it was good. You know what? It was great seeing him. He was running. Oh, he wasn't around like he was a puppy, but he was running around, and we were having such a good time playing with the sticks and all that. Yeah. He still doesn't drop them. He's been taught to let go of stuff, but he doesn't do that. He'd rather chew the stick.
Well, I think it's interesting too. I think maybe that they don't just have to do that, because they do pull interns in during the summer. But I think
not for anything like that.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. But they do at the government building. There's interns that come in, and but I think that they should also could reach out to FFA and get a lot of the kids on the res into FFA. I think that would be a great opportunity to teach the kids and then get them in there and do that. I think that would help a lot. So anyway, so Rabbit, if you cannot get those to download in there, what I would do is tag a email, and then ask him if maybe they can create a spot there if those PDFs are too large. So, because I think that would be the only reason why you would have a problem getting them in there.
So yeah, just remember, rural white America is a threat, and if you're part of rural white America, then you are a target. You will become a target. Getting back to what we were talking about.
You know who else is going to be a target?
Who else is a target?
Men and women of America that have credit card debt, large amounts of not manageable credit card debt. Yeah. But they are saying that America has way higher credit card debt than they have ever seen before, which is weird. And so in order to get that to work, and I was just kind of like thinking on that as I was driving, it's like, why? How's that going to work? And then it's like, oh, because they have to pay for that debt, and then everybody's doing it on credit rate. Okay, that makes sense. And so they're going to be raising interest rates. They say they can't continue with this much credit card debt without raising interest rates. I thought that was very, very telling.
So Rabbit's been a target since the 1980s. I'm just going to say it. If you're not already on the list, then you haven't been living your life right.
Right.
You know, and the lists are going to get bigger and more often.
Yep.
It's just what we deal with. It's how we do it. You know, but we got the primaries are going on. I found it very interesting that the only primary that Nikki Haley she won it.
She did?
Was Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah, that's no surprise.
So that's an open primary in a city with about 95% liberals in it, Democrats.
Kind of lets you know what kind of president she's going to be.
Yeah. You know.
The swamp wants her,
so
be cautious.
You know, and we've talked about in the past, Trump is going to be the nominee. Unless they can figure out some way
to stop it,
to physically keep him out of the race, he's going to be the nominee. And so now we got to get ready for whatever the Democrats are going to do,
because they're going to try to stop anything he tries to pass.
Well, even before that, I don't know if you guys remember in New Jersey back about 10 years ago, the Democratic candidate passed away or became ineligible when he went to jail. And it was after the ballots had been printed, and they did some shenanigans and got some guy on the ballot, and he ended up winning whenever the Republican was ahead to begin with. So, you know, they'll do that, and they're going to wait. They're going to wait until the convention, and something will happen then, and they'll get somebody there. I'm not really quite sure who. Big Mike says he's not going to run. Says he's not going to be president. But of course, you know, you come in as the reluctant savior, and it just brings everybody together because it's a great story. They don't want to do it, but they're going to do it anyway for the good of the country. Hillary Clinton is starting to position herself. You know, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. All the stuff that's being leaked about Biden, about all the infighting and everything that's going on behind the scenes and his cognitive thing. Don't think that's coming from. I do not think that's coming from the Republican side. I don't think that's people on the opposite side of them. I think it's the Clinton campaign. They've already shown that they're willing to create problems for people with the Russian document hoax, which for some reason there are still people out there that believe that. I don't know how you can, but they do. You know, so and then Gavin Newsom, I don't know how they could run him, but you never know. They ran it. The guy that ran his campaign from his basement got more votes than anybody in the history of the country. So yeah. You know, you never know what they'll do. So, but we need to be prepared for that. We need to be prepared that. We also need to be prepared if by happen chance Trump actually wins and he went. If Trump wins a second time or a second time, actually it'll be his third time if he wins this time, but that's another story. If the margin of victory is so high they can't take it away from him like they have in the past, they're already talking about not certifying him, which sounds kind of insurrection-y, if you ask me.
Not just that, but cause to start civil war.
They're talking about a coup, like a literal coup. There are think tank members that are talking about how the military could remove him from office. So
they're getting ready to take us forward.
And this is one of those cases. Somebody made a quote one time, and it was some people would rather rule the ashes than live in heaven. You know what I mean? They would rather burn it down and be in charge than let somebody else be in charge. And that's where we are. That's where we are. And this goes to the whole ideology thing I was talking about earlier. I'll drive down to Louisiana and get damn files. There you go. Road trip. We just throw them on a USB and mail them. Did we talk about the CIA's ability to rewrite your messages last week?
Yes, we did.
Oh, we did. Okay, so I'm not gonna.
Well, you didn't talk on that. SOE did something on that. There was a short that I saw.
Oh, did he see it too?
He saw it too, but he didn't go into detail. It was a short. So
if you guys missed it, it's been leaked that the CIA is developing software, or they have
already developed it.
They've already developed the software that
I have witnessed it.
That will do. Oh, we did talk about it because it's a man in the middle attack. We talked about it.
I have witnessed it with friends that are in Australia.
Yeah.
It has happened, and I think Australia was the test site for it, which is why I could call her back, but she couldn't call me back because my contact information was wiped out.
Well, no, this
everybody's using it.
This software will rewrite your text.
Yes, but it will also end your phone call, take out your they take over your phone.
Well,
so they can take out your contacts and all of that.
Okay.
So I really believe, only because of how many years it's been that Australia is going through this, I really believe that was one of the test sites.
Lean this way for a second.
Which way?
See if they can see inside the living room.
No, it's dark in there. You can't see.
The stupid dogs are in there fighting.
You can't see. No, they're playing. I can hear them. They're just playing.
They're fighting.
But so I have witnessed that actually personally, and it has happened. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not wrong.
No, it happened. I'm not thinking it was that.
I think it is that. I think that you have to test it out somewhere. And Australia, what does Lynn say? We're 18 months to 2 years behind them. And look at where we are.
Okay.
2 years later.
Info just in from the West Coast. Still trying to 100% vet other things, but California reporting Trump not on ballots had to be written in the primary votes today. Independents reporting no to.
How's that going to happen? The Supreme Court actually jumped in on this and said that can't happen.
That happened 2 days ago, and the ballots for the primaries were printed months ago.
Oh, wow. Well, it's California. There you go. That was done on purpose.
Well, and you know what, Tag? That's a thought too. I mean, they're gonna if they see he's gonna get elected, they are going to do everything they can to screw the system up.
Yeah.
And that, again, that's we need to prepare for this. This is the type of stuff that we need to do. And how do we do it? Broken record time. Start building your community. Go to these festivals. Go to these meetups. Get onto freesteading. Get onto the Midwest Preparedness Discord. Get onto anything that there was somebody's building a community, and start meeting people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the first thing. Hey, speak of the.
But also make sure you're building relationships.
Yes.
Build those relationships with them.
Hey, Ghost, you can go ahead and give her crap about not doing the inventory in a timely manner now if you want. I will put it up on the screen for everybody to see if you do.
So sorry.
Kidding him right before he's going to their meetup. They're doing their meetup on the 15th, right?
That just gives them good gas money.
Well, yeah, lots of good gas money.
Gives them good gas money.
So build these relationships, build these communities, start doing the food independence. You know, get in your freezer, start canning stuff out of your freezer to get stuff out of your freezer so you can keep it more long term and you're not as reliant on the system.
Yeah.
If you don't have a freeze dryer and you know somebody's got a freeze dryer,
barter.
Work out a deal. That's what we do with people and eggs. You know, we get.
I suck. Oh.
There you go.
I didn't realize how short we were because I've been carrying around the same box, and so like Ghost makes our T-shirts for everybody.
It's not the same box. It went from
I think so.
No, it went through 3 different boxes, and they kept getting smaller and smaller.
And like, this is a big box. We've got a ton of T-shirts, and then I went through and I went, oh yeah, we don't. And there are sizes that are more popular than others. So when I was thinking that a pile was this, they were size small, size medium.
Right.
And it was the large, extra large, and 2XL that was the
Hello, Randy
issue.
Pitts. How are you tonight?
Hey.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
Get into the good part of the conversation.
So, but yeah, I don't know, Ghost. I'll owe you something, I'm sure. But wait.
Keeping him in gas money, remember?
Yeah, keeping you in gas money.
So yeah, that's the whole rural America thing, and then the she wanted to talk about the credit card debt, and I'm not gonna lie, we've got some credit card debt now
because they do for the company, and we're actually that has to change because I'm not paying that, and so it's nothing that we can't get paid off. I'll have it done in no time before they can even raise the rates, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, because we don't keep a lot on there, but. Yeah, festival season starting back up and all of that. So when we really start going in is when I have to gear up and get everything replaced. Like I said, I mean it was I don't know, $1,000 in T-shirts and Murr and Frank and all
after
that.
After Self-Reliance Festival, we spent about $3,000 trying to get our inventory back up.
Yeah. So but yeah, so we get all that inventory in, and then it'll be another I don't even know. $1,200 for sun ovens and all that stuff so we can get them out to Kiowa. But we sell everything, make that money, and it all pays that off. So, but yeah, that's just kind of how it works. So, got to do it some way.
So we've got Kentucky Sustainable Living at the end of this month, second to last weekend.
No, in 3 weeks.
In 3
Less
weeks.
than 3 weeks.
And then the week after that, we've got
Self-Reliance,
and the week after that, we've got
Kiowa. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Man,
I've also got the flea market before Kentucky.
The week before Kentucky Sustainable.
So yeah, and then
we are not speaking at Kentucky Sustainable this week.
No, so you have to come find us at the vendor booth.
We are speaking at Self-Reliance and Kiowa, and we're not speaking at Midwest Preparedness Social. Did you get the insurance thing taken care of?
I've been working on it.
Okay.
The other company did not call me back. However, one guy did call me back, and he was extremely nice. And apparently, there's a way to get event insurance online. Now it's more expensive, but it looks like it'll only end up being like less than $200. So that would make it worth it. So we'll get that done, and it's because it's the reason why is because it's $65 extra to put Midwest Preparedness Festival on there to exclude them. So.
Yes, Tiger. I completely forgot about the Texas meetup. Nikki and Tiger's going to be down there, and was Rescue going to try to go to that? Is that close enough that Rescue can make it? But they're doing a meetup down in Texas too. So just like the Missouri meetup, just like the North Carolina meetup, they're doing the same thing down in Texas the weekend of April 19th and 21st.
Yeah.
And Tag wants to know what the
yeah, I saw that, but I wasn't sure if you were talking to me or not, that you had 7 dozen eggs left.
5 trays, 3 trays to 2.
The rate? No, honey. They have extra. They got eggs coming out of their ears.
I know, but he wants to know what the ratio is for exchange.
Yeah, like is it 50-50? Is it 25? Like what I keep.
Yeah, you 3 trays and we keep 2.
Yeah, we can do that. I usually just take everything, weigh it out, and then split it.
Okay.
So it works out that way.
You know what?
And then like what I do with Neon, because sometimes I get so much from Neon, so many eggs, and I gotta go get eggs from her this week too. And so I get so many eggs from her. I just fill everything up, honestly. And
I think you should negotiate with her. I think you should negotiate.
When there's something you needed from Tag,
we cannot freeze dry that many eggs.
Yeah, we can't.
That's a lot of eggs.
I got a lot of freeze dryers. But
no, I'm saying it would take forever.
No, I've got eggs, and then I keep 50% of Neon.
Okay, where is it in Texas, and can a normal person afford to go? Well, you said normal person, so that kind of cuts you out of the bargain, doesn't it, there, Tambra? You're here, so you're definitely not normal. At least I don't think there's any normies here. Raise your hand in chat if you're a normie. So Tiger, it's Centerville, Texas. I'll tell you what.
What was the question? Like where it's
for the Texas meetup.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, Tiger. Email me the exact location, and I'll make sure.
Tiger has the blue wrench. Just put it in there. Put it in chat, and then you can copy it from chat.
No, but she doesn't need to be putting Nikki's private property address on.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, all right. I thought maybe there was a website or something.
Well, no. Here's what you do, Tiger. I'll put a thing in our community for people to contact you or Nikki. I'll get you guys' email address. You can go on freestating.com and get on the calendar, put it in there for people to contact you, and then get in the Texas page and announce it there. So you can do a lot of stuff. You can do a lot of stuff to advertise it.
No, actually, Tag, I'll come get those tomorrow, and then we'll get them done, because I'm going to meet Neon. I'll call Neon and see if we can meet up too, and then get that done. Ghost is being mean to me now. I'm going to wait till the day before the eggs go bad to grab them.
Well, that's what Ghost just said.
Well, no, that's what he said. I know. That's why I'm responding to Tag. Now, I will make sure that I come and get those.
Now, Tag, do you want chunky eggs or not?
Eggs come the way they come. It is what it is. So, but I just figure if they could put some away, now it's time to put it away. So, but yes, that ratio.
Okay, it'll never go to anybody, Tiger. If you're wanting me to send it to people that I trust, it probably go to 4 people. Seriously. I'll put the email contacts out, and people can contact you guys.
And then you guys decide.
Yeah, you guys decide.
Yeah, do that way. And then
and this is one of those things, this is the reason why I went to the first Midwest Preparedness camp out by myself without her. I wanted to vet some people, make sure there weren't some crazies there. And there was a guy that camped right next to me that was kind of off his rocker. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of was not a good start, but he didn't last but one night. And so the rest of the time I got to meet everybody, and it was great. I met all kinds of good people. Oh,
Tag. Have you caught? So I didn't catch the story. You said you did catch the story. And then, but my dad and mom had to call, and they were like, what in the world is going on over there in Kansas? And I said, what are you talking about? And she said, you guys have been in the news a lot lately. And I said, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. And she said, they said that the Chinese, what they call them, what's that gang?
The triads.
The triads.
So there was an article recently that the Chinese triads are trying to take over the domestic illegal weed operations in the United States.
To the point that they're bringing in illegal Chinese people and they're using them as slaves to work all of these houses. And there's something ungodly, like over 138, is that right? Or something more than that? Illegal grow houses. And the state of Kansas is saying they can't touch them, they can't do anything about it. And I just don't know why that is. So do some research on that and then kind of figure out why.
Why don't you do the research?
I said I'll do some research on it and then try to figure that one out. But if you find it first, I'll be listening because that's really weird to me that they can't control that and get that done. But it also explains why Topeka, why the Capitol is discussing more and more on making marijuana legal.
No, they're doing it because it's a money thing. It's something they can tax.
Well, but they won't be able to tax the triads.
They can't tax them now. They're not going to.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Illegal is going to be illegal. They're not going to tax that anyway. But they want to get the tax money.
I just thought it was interesting. Like everything's going to hell in a handbasket. It's bizarre.
Well, and that's funny. That's funny. I was reading. It happened in Missouri and it happened in Colorado. I think they documented it in California. But once they legalized pot,
you can get Tamara the phone number.
The price of
Tamara, we'll get it.
The price of marijuana in these 3 states started going up, and so, at the beginning everybody went to the dispensary, but now they're turning back to the illegal pot farms.
Oh, look what Gregory said. There's some in Oklahoma also.
Okay.
Huh. Craziness. Who knew?
Yeah.
Wow. I've been going to all the trouble. If I wanted it, I would just go visit my cousin, and I guess I don't have to.
I don't advocate it.
It's right down the street.
I don't advocate it.
Just some great.
So, well, that's about it for tonight. We're at an hour and a half. Yeah. You guys got anything you want to talk about before we go? Anything pressing? Yeah. Anything you want to announce? Let people know. Yeah, Ghost makes a good point. It may be invite only.
Oh, well, she just said she's going to email us the information. I know Tambra. I trust Tambra, and Tambra will get.
Tambra can talk to Nikki.
Yeah, Tambra will get the phone number. So yeah, just email it to us, and we'll get it to Tambra, and you guys take care of it from there. But.
Freeze dried, everything. She'll freeze dry anything. She tried freeze drying me one time. She couldn't get me in the chamber.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I told her whenever the dog passes away, I want to freeze dry him and use him as a mounting.
You're ridiculous.
Actually, it was my.
Oh, Tamara knows who Nikki is, so she can just reach out to her. Go for it. Yeah. Yep. So not a big deal.
Okay, thank you, Joseph G. We enjoyed having you guys here. As always, we don't do we started out doing these lives for us, but we don't do these lives for us anymore. We do these for you guys. We enjoy having you guys here.
And we do these because of those guys.
Because of them.
Yes. Because of. We enjoy it.
It's kind of the same thing. Oh, I didn't say I didn't enjoy it, but we're not doing it for us anymore. At least I don't think I am. I don't feel like I am.
I don't know. I look forward to Tuesday nights. I'm not
going
to lie. Yes. Oh, which next Tuesday next week, we are going to have to change our live. And so we'll either pick a different day. We have community.
Oh.
And so we will either change the day or just not do it next week.
We'll do it Wednesday. I'll set it up for Wednesday.
Okay. And we're not interrupting anybody on Wednesday?
You know what? So the reason why we started doing this on Tuesday was because nobody in the greater community was doing anything at 7 on a Tuesday. Now so many people are doing lives that you cannot pick a night where you're not competing with somebody else's live. And if you try to do it so you're not stepping on somebody else's toe, you'll be doing lives at 2 in the afternoon. Seriously, it's which is a good thing. I'm not complaining. It's a good thing. Now, I would rather not compete.
Well,
You read yourself. I would rather compete with somebody than not do one. You know what I mean? So there's that.
Glad
Okay.
you think you're funny, Ghost. At least somebody's enjoying it.
The current state of affairs. Well, you missed it earlier. I said my personal opinion is that the political divide between the two ideologies is too great for it to be resolved without some sort of violence at some point. When that happens, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
And I think it's getting ready to slap us in the face.
I don't know. I
think it already has.
I also talked about how we need to prepare between now and November for certain eventualities with the election. No matter what happens on November 8th, some group of people is going to be extremely upset, and it's a question of who's upset and what they decide to do about it. Either way, you need to start preparing now. This is, they.
When did you say? You said March 8th?
Oh, well, and then there's a local prepper.
12th.
Local prepper did a video about this, and I did more reading on it. There's an insurance program that banks have been using that is expiring on the 12th of this month, and there's a very good possibility that a lot of banks that are borderline solvent may go belly up. And every single bank has a bail-in clause written into the contract that they sign with the customer. And what that is the bank can keep your money to keep it solvent. And it's been done in the past, happened during the Great Depression, it's happened several times. If that happens, you're not going to have access to your money. So I would personally, we try not to keep a lot of money in the bank as it is, and we're actually pretty good at it. Not for the reason we want to be good at it, but we're pretty good at not having a lot of money in the bank.
No, we've got everything somewhere else. But yeah, no, and I think that also goes line in line. So if you look at them coming out with a report now, that because of the amount of debt and the amount of debt in America, and they're going to be raising interest rate prices, that kind of coincides with that. I forgot about that. And so that does coincide with that. They would raise interest rates because they know they're going to get other people's debt on pennies on the dollar. And so they're going to buy out your debt from that bank and then charge you more in interest.
And
people are going to be screwed.
I don't buy into the people say strong men make good times, weak men make hard times. I don't buy into that. I buy into that. Strong men are doing it all the time. We're doing it no matter whether it's hard or it's weak or whatever, hard or good or whatever. We're always doing something. Hard times bring strong men to the forefront and make people appreciate what we bring to the table. And so
hard times have actually been known to make millionaires as well.
So our job right now, as far as the men in the conversation, we need to learn how to be strong men. We need to actually be strong men. So when the time comes, we can step up and do what needs to be done. We should be stepping up and doing what needs to be done now. But there may come a time in the near future that it's paramount that it happens. Okay, and it's a cycle. We're heading for the fourth turning. The more I read about it and the more I get through these books, the more I believe that there's validity in what they say, and you can't get around it.
You're welcome, Randy.
But this is why we always talk about building community. We always talk about food security and being modern self-sufficient and building alternative economies, because we need to think locally in order to survive. Plain and simple.
I was going to go build an airplane.
Gonna jump out of perfect. Oh, that's right. They're going.
I forgot about that.
They're going skydiving. I forgot about
they're going to jump in. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, my
All right, guys. it's getting late. Need to do some final things before we go to bed. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for showing up. Hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. We will see you hopefully. Well, no, we will see you on Wednesday of next week. Get out there, go live a life done free, and how many percentage points are they supposed to do?
Until next time, be at least 1% better tomorrow than you were today. And until next time, go live a life done free.
All right, guys, take care.